Hello, let's bring you back. Rather nice weather to be on call, self-isolating and all that sort of stuff, social distancing, whatever it is. So I've been using the opportunity to do lots of car things, lots of garden things, and I'm just gradually tinkering with the Bandit to try and move it along a little bit at a time. Got a couple of weeks, and then who knows how many weeks and months just on an on-call basis at work. So work in a power station, so obviously if they need scaffold, we have to go in the scaffold, but we've got to have special letters from employers and in case we get stopped on the way to work by anyone. Anyway, I'll take you through what I've been doing today, which was one of those jobs. I'll do a job, but then to do the job I had to do something else, which has taken me 8 hours just to do the little something else thing, so let's show you. So I've just been tinkering. This is not today's job, but last few days I've just been doing little paint touch-ups and bits and pieces and putting a little dollop of paint in, and then 3000 grit and then T-cut. It's not matching very well, but it's better than bare patches. There was a worn out bit of frame here, and then I did some touch up. I hit it with a 3000 grit and it just went straight through. So I've ordered some paint. Who knows when that's coming, because I don't even know if the paint company's still at work, but that's no problem. So this section here I'm going to have to actually spray and blend in the section of frame. While I was at it, I've rubbed down this damage, so I'm going to have to spray and blend in this somehow. We'll worry about that at the time. Anyway, so the project was to strip all the paint off of these and repaint them off the fork. Not stanchions, legs. They're legs, they're stanchions. Always get that wrong. The lower forks, the lower fork tubes, the sliders, the whatever. But in order to do that, I had to take the mudguard off. And anyone who's ever owned a Mark 1 Bandit will know that isn't simple. There's 4 bolts that hold a bracket on, like an aluminium bracket. I'll show you that in a minute. And there's 4 small bolts that go through the aluminium bracket, through the plastic mudguard, into another metal bracket. So 3 of the small bolts came out, 1 was seized solid. 3 of the big bolts came out, 1 was seized solid. These aren't the actual bolts, they're like sort of mushroom head bolts. So I had to grind off one of the small bolts and then get it out of the bracket, which I've re-stripped and painted, and I had to grind off and drill out and re-tap this one. I tried every trick in the book. I used heat, I used the freeze spray, I used left a lump stuck out and grips, and in the end I had to drill it and tap it. Luckily I've got a tap. It's slightly off center now, but it does work. So that was fun. So I spent 8 hours doing this today, and tomorrow I'll take the wheel out, and I might take the forks completely out and just do them on the bench, or I might do them out here. Need to strip them all down and spray them. So it's probably very dark. So there's the mudguard. This bracket goes on top of the mudguard, and then these 4 bolts, 4 holes, where the big bolts go onto the forks. I've had to strip this. I managed to gouge it in a few places when I was grinding, so I've stripped it and sanded it all down and giving it loads of... No, you can't see. Anyway, that's done. For some reason the light's on now. And then this bracket with captive nuts goes in there. So obviously that was rusty, so I wire brushed it all down and repainted it. So yes, that was a much more involved job than I thought. These are the just little protectors which I need to clean up and put back on afterwards. So yeah, I'll probably end up, I did have it on, I had a couple of axle stands. What I did is I used my front paddock stand to lift the front wheel up, put it on some axle stands with some cloths, and then it gave me the free spinning wheel. So yeah, I'll probably take these out. I want to pull these legs slightly further up through the yokes anyway, because these are a bit... Normally I like to see the full cap above the yoke, which I think is where they're supposed to be. Maybe they're not, but anyway. The problem is, once I pull out these legs to get them painted, this bracketry here, as you can see, is all rusty, and I just know that I'm going to want to strip that all down and repaint it, which is probably what's going to happen. So anyway, happy days. Yeah, all to get this crust off and paint these, but there you go. I've got at least 2 weeks to do it in. I'm also going to find some matching engine paint. I'm going to get all that decrudded and respray the engine. I'm not going to take it out, but I'm going to do it as good as I can in situ. Anyway, so that's it for now. Give you another little update when I've finished the forks, when they're all done. Probably a couple of 3 days time. Yeah, hope you're all well, keeping safe. Trying times. Obviously weather like this should be out riding a bike, but you know, conscience says if you're out riding a bike unnecessarily, the NHS has got enough on its plate at the moment without the possibility of injured motorcyclists. You're not supposed to be going out at all, which I'm not. I've been in for 4 days now, 4, 5, 6, some days. So there you go. Just hope you're all doing the right thing, you know, for the greater good. Peace and love. Keep well. Be safe. I've been Springy. I'll see you soon.